Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I've changed my mind. The Bachelor producers are the real villains of the franchise. They're manipulating their viewers. The Bachelor producers has been struggling to prove that they're not the villains of the franchise. But I've changed my mind after some contemplation and believe they're the ones manipulating their viewers. Throughout The Bachelor's long-time run, the producers have been able to get what they want from cast members, leads, and viewers in terms of drama and participation. While there have been some seasons that fare better than others and some spin-offs that last longer, The Bachelor shows have been creating connections and bringing drama to viewers for over 2 decades. The series has changed considerably in its run. Throughout the Bachelor franchise's run, there have been quite a few scandals, but recent seasons have been more scandalous than their predecessors. With the last few seasons of the original series being successful, The Bachelor has likely been one of the least problematic parts of the franchise. But its spin-offs like The Golden Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and Bachelor in Paradise have caused issues for those involved and those watching closely, with scandals that have impacted the perception viewers have of the franchise. There's been a lot of chatter surrounding who's at fault. I think the Bachelor franchise is to blame. Throughout 2024, the most recent seasons have caused scandals within the franchise. While the Golden Bachelor Season 1 aired in 2023, the ramifications for the season began to show up in 2024. Jerry Turner, the charismatic lead of the season, was dealing with the fallout of his persona with Bachelor Nation, which caused viewers to turn on him. Jerry and his final pick, Theresa Nist, went from a golden wedding to a divorce in a matter of months, and Bachelor producers stood idly by allowing Jerry to be attacked for their actions, knowing he was dealing with a devastating diagnosis. While Bachelor producers allowed Jerry to navigate waves of viewer vitriol on his own, while dealing with an incurable cancer diagnosis, the franchise moved on to The Bachelorette Season 21. With the season led by Jen Tran, who was the third choice for the lead of the season, producers didn't have enough time to cast the series for guys who were interested in their lead. Instead, they used a cast of guys that had been hand-picked for Maria Jorgis, another former Bachelor contestant. Despite Jen becoming the first Asian American Bachelorette, viewers were stunned by how poorly the show treated her. When it became clear that Jen had built very few connections throughout her season, viewers held out hope for her relationship with Devin Strader, but things quickly turned sour after the finale. By the time The Bachelorette, after the final rose aired, the couple had broken up, and quickly thereafter, Devin's sketchy past was exposed. When Bachelor Nation discovered that he had a violent background and a former restraining order. When it was discovered that 2 of the Golden Bachelorette's Joan Vasso's contestants also had restraining orders against them, it became clear the franchise needed a major and complete overhaul. Although there have been serious issues of safety and dishonesty running rampant throughout the Bachelor franchise in the last year, producers have remained tight-lipped on what their plans are to improve the experience. As the Bachelor producers have been asked for their take on other controversies in the past, it's not necessarily surprising that they're being silent on the recent issues. When asked about the racial inequality on the show in the past, producers didn't have a good response for viewers, meaning it's unlikely that they'd have anything to say about their own deception or lack of cast member care. With The Bachelor Season 29 premiering early in the new year, the franchise will be back with another season of fairy tale romance and reality TV drama. Grant Ellis, who was one of The Bachelorette Season 21's contestants, will be taking the leading role as the franchise tries to repair its reputation without much fanfare. With Grant being the second lead of color in the original show's history, all eyes will be on the series as they move through another controversial season of The Bachelor. Viewers have some tremendously high expectations for The Bachelor Season 29. When it comes to the glitz and glamour of the Bachelor franchise, the audience is often swept up in the whirlwind of romance, heartbreak, and drama. We root for the underdogs, gasp at shocking eliminations, and debate endlessly over who deserves the final rose. But after years of watching, rewatching, and dissecting the show, I've had an epiphany. It's not the villains in glittering dresses or tuxedos that are pulling the strings of chaos. The real villains, the producers. Let's face it, the Bachelor franchise isn't just a dating show. It's a carefully orchestrated symphony of emotions designed to keep us hooked. And while it's easy to point fingers at the contestants for their over-the-top antics, the truth is that the producers are the puppet masters behind the curtain. They manipulate not only the contestants but also us, the viewers, crafting narratives that fit their vision of good TV. Emotional puppeteering, the contestants' experience. Imagine stepping into the Bachelor mansion with high hopes of finding love, only to discover that you're essentially a chess piece in someone else's game. Contestants are subjected to sleep deprivation, limited access to the outside world, and an endless supply of alcohol, a recipe for emotional volatility. Producers know exactly how to exploit these conditions to get the reactions they want. Take, for instance, the infamous 2-on-1 dates. These are tailor-made for maximum drama, pitting two contestants against each other in an emotionally charged showdown. Producers have been known to plant seeds of doubt, whispering concerns about one contestant into the lead's ear or encouraging rivals to confront each other. The result? Tears, yelling, and television gold. But behind the scenes, it's a calculated move to create conflict, often at the expense of the contestant's emotional well-being. The villain edit. A character assassination. Every season has its villain, the contestant we love to hate. But have you ever wondered how much of that villainy is real and how much is a product of clever editing? Producers have the power to cherry-pick moments, string them together, and create a narrative that may not align with reality. A sarcastic comment taken out of context can become a declaration of war. A frustrated sigh can morph into an evil plot. Take Corinne Olympios from Nick Viall's season. She was painted as the ultimate villain, with her nanny, naps, and champagne-fueled antics. But years later, Corinne revealed that many of her villainous moments were heavily edited or encouraged by producers. In reality, she was just a young woman navigating a high-pressure environment in her own way. The villain edit not only impacts how contestants are perceived, but can also have lasting effects on their lives post-show. Many villains face online harassment and bullying, all because producers needed a scapegoat for the season's drama. The sob story manipulation. Another hallmark of The Bachelor is the sob story, the deeply personal narrative that contestants share to connect with the lead and the audience. While these stories can be genuine and heartfelt, producers often pressure contestants to reveal their most vulnerable moments on camera. This tactic was glaringly obvious during Rachel Lindsay's season of The Bachelorette. Contestant Dean Unglert opened up about his estranged relationship with his father, a deeply personal issue he wasn't entirely comfortable discussing. Producers not only encouraged Dean to share his story, but also orchestrated an awkward and emotional hometown date featuring his father, turning a private struggle into a public spectacle. The scene was heartbreaking, not because of Dean's vulnerability, but because it was clear he was being exploited for ratings. Manipulating the lead, the illusion of choice. While contestants are often at the mercy of producers, the leads aren't much better off. They may hold the roses, but producers hold the power. Leads have revealed that they're frequently steered towards certain contestants, with producers emphasizing who would make good TV. In some cases, they're even discouraged from choosing their true favorites too early in the season, as it could ruin the suspense. Then Higgins, one of the most beloved leads in franchise history, admitted that he was pressured to keep certain contestants longer than he wanted to. Producers allegedly encouraged him to say, "I love you" to two women, a move that resulted in one of the most dramatic finales ever but left Ben emotionally wrecked. The audience as co-conspirators. As much as we'd like to believe we're passive observers, the truth is that we're complicit in the producers' manipulation. We eat up the drama, tweet our outrage, and fuel the online discourse that keeps the franchise relevant. Producers know exactly how to push our buttons, teasing shocking twists in trailers and withholding rose ceremonies to keep us coming back for more.